Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're sitting there thinking about what's happening around the league, especially in the NFC North, you've probably heard whispers, rumors, and reports that could shake up the entire division. And no, I'm not talking about just another trade or signing. We're talking about a move that could redefine the Packers' offensive potential and their prospects for a deep playoff run. And it all revolves around a player that honestly could be a game changer, Jacoby Meyers. That's right, Meyers, the reliable, sure-handed receiver who's been making waves in Las Vegas, might be on his way to Green Bay. And why would the Raiders even consider that? Well, let's set the scene. The Raiders, who currently stand at 2-6, are struggling on both sides of the ball. Their offense is anemic, averaging just 17 points per game, which is pretty much bottom of the barrel in the league, and their defense isn't much better, leaking around 30 points per game. It's a recipe for disaster, especially if they want to salvage what's left of this season and look towards rebuilding for the future. Sources close to the league, including respected insiders like Adam Schefter, have been buzzing about the Raiders' openness to trading Jacoby Meyers. And get this, they're reportedly willing to part ways with him in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft and a fourth-round pick in 2027. That's a significant offer, and it's not just about acquiring draft capital but also about freeing up cap space. Around $10 million, to focus on extending some of their young talents, like Brock Bowers, who's shown flashes of brilliance and could be a future star tight end. But that's where it gets really interesting for Green Bay. The Packers, sitting pretty at 5-1 after their Week 8 victory, are already leading the NFC North. They're sitting comfortably with about $12 million in cap space, enough to make a move. And with Dontavian Wicks' DNP last week due to a calf injury and Christian Watson limited with a knee issue heading into Week 9, acquiring a dependable receiver like Meyers could be exactly what the doctor ordered for Jordan Love. Now let's talk about Meyers himself. The guy is a proven commodity, an absolute master of securing the football and creating yards after catch. Over his career, he's amassed around 800 receiving yards with 22 touchdowns and maintains a solid average of 6 yards per reception. His PFF grade is an impressive 85.7 for his career, and in 2025 until September 15th, he's caught 32 passes for 418 yards and 4 touchdowns. His yards after catch average is 6.2, and he's extremely reliable on third downs with a PFF grade of 88.2, superior to Wicks, who's at 79. Meyers is the epitome of versatility, lining up in the slot 75% of the time, making him a constant mismatch for defenses. His ability to operate in the slot and on the outside makes him a perfect complement to the Packers' existing weapons. And for a team like Green Bay, that's looking to elevate its passing game, Meyers could be the spark they need to take the offense to another level. What makes Meyers such a valuable piece is not just his hands, though those are elite, but also his route-running intelligence and his ability to perform under pressure. In 2024, he's been responsible for creating a significant offensive boost. His YAC average of 5.8 yards per reception is among the best in the league, and he's been instrumental on third downs, converting at a rate that helps sustain drives. His presence on the field would alleviate some pressure from Christian Watson, who's been hampered by injuries, and it would give Jordan Love an extra reliable target in crucial moments. Think about it. A third and long situation, and you've got Meyers running precise routes, creating mismatches, and making contested catches, things that can turn the tide of a game. And speaking of matchup advantages, Meyers' ability to stretch the field with quick, precise routes would open up plenty of opportunities for Jordan Love. His YAC number of 6.2 yards, already impressive, would be even more impactful with the scheming that Matt LaFleur can deploy. LaFleur's offense is known for its versatility and creative play calling, and Meyers' skill set fits perfectly into that puzzle. His route tree is expansive, and his knack for winning contested catches at a 68% rate makes him a reliable target in tight coverage. This would create mismatches against defenses, forcing opponents to devote extra attention to him, which in turn would open up lanes for others. Josh Jacobs, for example, who's been productive with 4.3 yards per carry this season. Now, imagine the impact this could have on the Packers' playoff chances. Right now, their odds of winning the Super Bowl are around plus 900, but with Meyers on board, that number could jump to plus 400. That's a huge shift, and it signals that the Packers are now viewed as real contenders with a legitimate shot at competing against the best. Meyers' playoff experience, including his 3 touchdowns in postseason games, adds a layer of clutch potential that's invaluable in January and February. His ability to perform under pressure, especially in critical third downs, could be the difference maker in tight playoff games. If he joins Green Bay, he would be the kind of player who elevates the entire team's chances, making them a formidable opponent for anyone in the postseason. Let's not forget, this move also has strategic implications beyond the field. It's a statement, an indication that the Packers are serious about contending now and building for the future. Meyers, at 28, is in the prime of his career and is exactly the type of veteran presence who can help mentor younger receivers and set the tone for the team's culture. His familiarity with high-pressure situations, combined with the leadership he brings, would be a huge boost for a team that's been on the cusp of greatness for years. And with the NFC North evolving, especially with the Lions trying to assert dominance, the Packers making a bold move like this could shift the balance of power, leaving their rivals scrambling to catch up. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade is also a reflection of the strategic thinking happening behind the scenes. The Raiders, who are clearly in a rebuild mode, are prioritizing draft picks and cap flexibility. Their focus on acquiring youth and building for the future is evident, especially with their need to bolster their offensive line, which has struggled to protect Minshew and limit sacks, allowing 3-4 per game, which is quite high. Trading Meyers, who's a proven receiver but also a bit older at 28, fits into their plan to gather assets and develop younger talent. Meanwhile, the Packers, who are in a different phase, see Meyers as the missing piece to push them over the top in the NFC North and the NFC as a whole. Now you might be wondering how Meyers would fit into the Packers' offense tactically. Well, his ability to operate as a slot receiver, particularly on third downs, would complement the existing weapons and help extend drives. His route running and contested catch ability would be vital on third and long situations, where he could help Jordan Love convert crucial plays. This would not only boost the offense's efficiency, raising their third down conversion rate from 39% to around 46%, but also lessen the burden on the offensive line, which has faced pressure and allowed sacks. Reducing sacks from 2.5 to about 1.9 per game would give Love more time to read the field and make better decisions, ultimately leading to more explosive plays. Tactically, Meyers would stretch defenses horizontally, forcing them to respect the short and intermediate routes, which would open up deeper shots downfield and create more big plays, something the Packers have been striving for this season. His average of 5.8 yards after catch in 2024 means he's not just a possession receiver, he's a playmaker in space. His ability to win contested catches at a rate of 68% adds to his value, especially on critical third downs or in tight games. Imagine him creating mismatches against linebackers or safeties, something that would give Jordan Love even more options and make the offense more unpredictable. And from a defensive perspective, the presence of Meyers would force opponents like the Lions and other NFC North rivals to adjust their coverages. Defenses would have to dedicate extra resources to contain him, which would create lanes for Josh Jacobs to run effectively, contributing to a more balanced attack overall. The ripple effect of this potential acquisition could be felt across the entire division, making the NFC North a much more competitive and unpredictable battleground. Now, let's look at the playoff implications. With Meyers in the fold, the Packers' Super Bowl odds could jump from plus 900 to plus 400. They'd be viewed as serious contenders, capable of challenging the Eagles or anyone else standing in their way. Meyers' experience, combined with the talent already present, like Christian Watson and Wicks, would make the Packers a matchup nightmare. Imagine the confidence boost for Jordan Love, who's already shown flashes of brilliance this season with a QBR of 91.6. With a reliable target like Meyers, Love could unlock even more of his potential, leading to a more explosive, efficient, and unstoppable offense. This move also reinforces the idea that the Packers are committed to contending now, not just building for the future but winning in the present. It's a bold statement, especially considering the division's evolving landscape. The Lions, for example, have been impressive, but if Green Bay pulls off this trade, they could shift the momentum back in their favor. The NFC North, traditionally a tough division, could become even more competitive, with the Packers reasserting their dominance. So, when you think about the bigger picture, this isn't just about acquiring a receiver. It's about changing the trajectory of the Packers' entire season. It's about making a statement to the league that Green Bay is back in the conversation, ready to contend for another Super Bowl. Meyers, with his proven track record and clutch postseason performances, could be the X factor that pushes the Packers from a good team to a true championship contender. And if they manage to pull this off, it could be remembered as one of the most strategic and impactful moves of the season. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.